If you're thinking, who is this girl and why on earth does she hate prenups so much? I am here to tell you. Hi guys, my name is Katie Wilcox Carter. I am a Virginia-based family law attorney, and I have spent almost 13 years now representing women exclusively in divorce, custody, and support cases. And I passionately hate prenuptial agreements. So I'll tell you why. I think it's a good question because I think in general, a lot of places are touting prenups as the solution to everything that's wrong with divorce law. And the first thing that I would say is that you should keep in mind that a legal contract, whether we're talking about a will or a separation agreement designed to end your marriage, a custody agreement that handles custody and visitation, or a prenuptial agreement, we're basically entering into a contract to modify how the state that you live in's laws apply to your case. So it's not like if you die without a will, that stuff doesn't get sent down to, the people that you would choose to be your beneficiaries. It does. It's just that if you don't get a will, then you don't get to decide exactly how that happens. And a prenup is like that too. So if a couple gets married and then subsequently separates and decides to get a divorce, Virginia, just like every other state in the country, has laws about how we handle how property is going to be divided, how support is going to be awarded, how we're going to handle custody and visitation of the children. So when we're talking about a prenup, we're trying to change how the law would apply in your case. And a big problem that I have with prenups is that people go into them, negotiating them, without having any idea what the law would do in their case. So they tell me things like, well, I'm coming into we're a little bit older, I'm coming into the marriage with however much money and savings, and I want to protect that. Well, the law in Virginia does that anyway. You don't need a prenup to do that. What you do need a prenup to do, though, is to change the way the law would apply. And mostly the thing that I hate about prenups the most, the big thing that bothers me about prenups, is that when you have a prenup, you usually have a potential spouse who has a lot of money and a potential spouse who doesn't. And in my experience, the one who doesn't is the woman. And the person then who has the money has all the power to put the provisions in place that are going to protect him at her expense. So let me give you an example. I saw a reel the other day where an attorney, a man attorney, it bears mentioning, but was talking about a stay-at-home wife and arguing that basically a prenup was the best vehicle to protect her from her contributions not being valued later, and to say, if you decide that she's going to stay at home and she's going to raise the kids, that these people could then put a portion of money into an account that would then be hers in the event of separation or divorce. So basically, whatever they would have saved from, nannies or daycare or chauffeurs or cooks or whatever, like all the domestic duties that she's doing within the house, we value it, and we put a portion of what we would have spent, hiring those people into an account, and that account is hers in the event of separation or divorce. But the problem with that is that this is a magical, mystical unicorn agreement that I have never seen in real life. I have never seen a prenup act that way. What I have seen from prenups is that the higher earning spouse uses his power to put into an agreement that the woman, the wife, the potential wife, would not receive a portion of the real estate that they invest in, that she waives a portion of his retirement, that she waives entitlement to spousal support that she might otherwise have received. So what I hate about them is that they really are a vehicle through which a higher earning and therefore more powerful partner can use his leverage to take advantage of a vulnerable person, who is usually the person that I have been tasked to represent. So I don't see what purpose they serve. I have not seen an agreement. I'm not saying that they don't exist, but I have not seen agreements designed to mutually protect both parties. And that would be, my main objection. Like, why would you go into a marriage knowing that your partner doesn't value the contributions that you bring to the marriage so much that he's forcing you to sign an agreement that says you're not going to get support, you're not going to get division of the property that the law would entitle you to receive? So if your potential spouse is arguing that you should sign one, I would just say, be very, very careful. Read the agreement very carefully, consult with an attorney, and then ultimately make the decision of whether you're actually going to marry this person. Because I believe in marriage. I absolutely believe in marriage. But I think you need to do it on equal terms. You need to do it in a way that allows you both to benefit from the partnership, because that's the ideal, right? Is that the two of you are both benefiting from your own mutual contributions to the marriage. And that's not necessarily economic. It's not down to who makes the most and who doesn't. So be careful, have your agreement reviewed, and when in doubt, don't sign it.